folks, Species7 here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Yes, indeed. We are making our way with a load of fireworks from Sacramento, California, all the way up to Pittsburgh. Yes, indeed, Pittsburgh. Never been anywhere near there myself, but, well, at least thanks to SCS, we're going to get a chance to go there. Well, not now, but now. You know. Do hope everybody's doing well on this St. Patty's Day. At least here where I live it is that. Oh, we're at a dead stop, are we? I didn't know it actually did that. Carrying on, carrying on. Now, I think we have a bit of a deadline. I think we were 3 or 4 hours or something from requiring a little sleepy, maybe? Could that be it? No, that wasn't what I wanted. No messages. Here we go. Oh man, I need to stop here for a second. We need, in the next 2 hours, to find a rest stop. Okay. So, that's what I kind of wanted to know. I see there is one up ahead, so maybe we'll take advantage of that. What time is it? 4:13 p.m. I believe you sleep for 10 hours, I believe is the in-game sleepy time, so that's going to take us till 2 in the morning, but I mean either way it's not like we're going to get to skip the entire night, that is for sure. Alright, now since I want to actually get into that rest stop, I guess we'd better get up here. Now, is this a lane or are these people parked? I guess we'll find out if they move. And they're not, are they? These people are actually parked here. Alrighty. Let's, well, good for you guys. That's all I'm gonna say. Good for you guys. Oh, looks like the, just off on the other side is either a truck dealer or, possibly a recruitment station, recruitment center, whatever they call them. Place we can hire people, you know. Yeah. So, let's, see what this part of town holds, shall we? Alrighty. Truck headquarters. Ooh. I think that's a recruiting place. I think we've already, well, there apparently is somewhere in there to rest. Interesting. I'd actually been looking at the one here at this intersection. So let's do that. Let's get the heck in there and rest our weary heads. Not sure where it is. Oh, you little bugger. Where the heck are we here? Is it here? I do believe it is, isn't it? Somewhere. Maybe right here. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have a little sleepy. Do-do-do. Wake up, Mr. Freeman. I don't want to stop the engine. I want to know how to get the heck out of here. Well, I assume we're gonna go around the building. Ooh, I'm glad that worked out. I wasn't looking forward to trying to back this thing out. Especially considering we would have been backing out onto the road. Whoa. That is tight. Oh, it's more than tight. What the heck? That's terrible. Well, obviously we need to go that way. Okay, we're rested. I think we might have done a little bit of oopsie there to the truck. Oh, come on, don't just slam to a stop. Let's go. I keep forgetting I've only got 10,000 pound on the back, so. Alright. We're still going to get to go past that question mark. Right on, because they're routing us right back the way I decided to come in. I like that. Get a feeling though it's a little too far away that we're not going to get a chance to unlock it from this side of the road. Looks like we can drive down there, but there's also one straight ahead. Let's just go for that. See what we come up with, shall we? Speed limit of 30. Alrighty. Ooh, it's a Peterbilt dealer. We've already unlocked a Peterbilt dealer. So what's over here? Hiring place. Discovered a recruitment agency. Yeah. They won't put the dealers right on the road like that. They do those guys. Oh, it's a good thing we slowed down. There was actually a drop in the speed limit to 40. I don't think I've seen that yet. Or I've just missed it and blazed through like I almost did there. One or the other. Alright. We are officially back on track. This is not exactly the road I would have chosen for a nighttime venture, but I suppose being nighttime, a little less traffic, we don't have to be quite as tight into it either. Whoa. I hope none of you are prone to being seasick. Well, it's too bad. There's actually a rest stop here that would have worked well. A little closer to the deadline. That's alright. Morning is coming. A couple hours and it will be daylight. I was noticing last time as I was them tumbleweeds. See, again, that instinct kicks in from being in this part of the world. I think deer on the road. Right? Jeez. But, yeah, I was noticing when I was free running down to the pick up this load, things like marked exits where they go, you know, exit to Sacramento, 1/4 mile, and then you actually watch the miles tick off on your PDA there. It's just hilarious. you know, 4 miles later, okay, there's the turnoff that was a quarter of a mile away. I mean, I understand, but it just really gives you an appreciation for the way they had to, you know, just the sheer scaling to get your time and your distance and, you know, the simulated between what you're doing for a speed and all of that. I mean, granted, it's all mathematics and that's sort of what computers do, but by the same token, and when you've got to work a map into it, and highways and turnoffs and junctions and ramps, and I mean, you can't have the on-ramps going by like these street poles. It would just be so incredibly unrealistic, you know, and yet 4 miles of travel to reach the next quarter mile to an off-ramp. So, yeah, there was, lets you appreciate a little bit just what a thing this would be to just up and do. Alright, now we're going to be pulling on to what's hopefully a happier road here in a moment. Oop. Let's just leave the old signal on. Alrighty, that side looks pretty good. So, here we go. Ooh, there's a lot more traffic there now than there was a moment ago. I hope he didn't smoke right into the back of me. I don't think so. Coming up on Barstow. And they didn't hit me with a hit the way scale, so we're good there. Let's bring her up to speed and throw down the cruise. Yeah, close enough. Here we go. I don't see any question marks, but there's a lot of other neat stuff up there. Repair shops, rest stops, hotels, motels, outhouses. Everything a fine trucker. Why are these people behind me staying so far behind me? Always makes me wonder. I have to look at the speedo and go, are you screwed up, boy? But I'm not. I am not. So I remember one trip to California when I was back in my young man Navy days, and I went to this party. We were in San Diego, and I do believe it might have been my first trip into San Francisco. I went there with a couple of the guys off the boat. Actually, one guy off the boat. We decided we would do the usual, rent a car, and zippity-doo up to San Francisco. And we met a couple of young ladies that were on their way to a party, and they invited us along. And I do recall 3, possibly 4 days later, realizing that I had watch to stand on the ship. We weren't leaving for a while. We were actually in port, I think, for like 10 days or something. Whoa, I almost missed that completely. Yeah, I think we were in port for 10 days. And I just, one of those trips, I happened to be unlucky enough to catch duty watch right in the middle. So I went back down to the ship, but I noticed on the way down I wasn't really feeling quite right. And I guess the party we attended for 3 or possibly 4 days was, oops, I don't need my signal light on, was a little more than I'd anticipated. We were casually drinking the beers, which, as a Canadian sailor, we used to find really quite on the light side at that point in time. American beer was considerably weaker than Canadian beer. So if you get a belly for Canadian beer, you could shovel lots and lots of American beer in you. But, well, it was a stronger brew than normal, because apparently some of the girls at the party were going around and dropping powdered mescaline into everybody's beers. So yeah, you got to play the guy to peyote while you drank your beer, and doing that for 2 or 3 days in a row. It was quite an interesting. So I go back to duty on the ship, and normally that consists of basically tromping around and punching a time clock every hour or so at different locations in the boat, and then putting your head down between your hands for 45 minutes up in the mess hall or wherever you choose to, and then repeating said process. Not this time, no. No, this time they hung me over the side of the ship on a single one-man scaffold hanging on a rope to repaint the numbers on the side of the vessel. Yeah, there's, it was the Terra Nova was the ship I was serving on, and she was number 159, and it just so happened that they wanted the 1, the 5, and the 9 repainted. So yeah, I got to hang 70, 80 feet over the water on this, basically a 2x6 on a rope. That gently swayed back and forth and try and do an incredibly good and precise job of painting these huge numbers. So it was, well, we're going to say interesting. I need fuel. I do. I'm just noticing this. I'm only good for about another 100-something miles. Everybody's slowing down. That's okay. We're going to go in here and fuel up, and I think that's also where we'll probably pause this episode. But yeah, that was quite an adventure. I did not at all feel well, and several times when I thought perhaps no one was looking, I did have to avert my head from the side of the hull of the ship and launch the wee bit of breakfast that I had over the side, as it were. Well, a good time was not had by all. But it was only about a 4 or 5 hour job, and the rest of my duty didn't consist of really anything. So, yeah. One of those things. I mean, you gotta remember, guys, this was back in the days when anybody had even heard of, just say no. Yeah, well, nobody had told us to say no. We'd always heard, well, yeah, when I was young and foolish. So we just figured, well, being young and foolish, let's go with it. All right, I'm gonna fill up here, and I think this is gonna be the biggest tank of gas we've had to buy so far. Yeah. Oh, 169 gallons, $478. I'm not really going to worry about that so much. Let's quickly have a look here. All right, 104 hours worth of time to go, and 8 hours till we need to sleep. So I'm going to call it here, guys. Time is a-wasting here. As you can see, that keeps counting down our schedule to be there. So till next time, if you enjoyed the episode, please do hit the thumbs up button. And there, now I don't think time counts down any longer. Until next time, take care of each other, folks. This is MinceBC7 for American Truck Simulator, which I see my buddy Alex is playing as well. Till next time, ciao for now. We'll eventually make Pittsburgh. Bye-bye, guys.